Welcome to the AL.com film room. I'm Matt Scalisi here with John Parker Wilson, our Alabama football analyst. And we're here to break down some plays from last weekend's big win for Alabama, a 59-0 romp over Texas A&M. John Parker, we didn't see this coming, I don't think, from this Alabama offense.
No, I don't think anybody did. And from the offense, from the defense, and from the special teams, it was really complete team dominance all day long. From the first drive to the end of the game with the reserves coming in, it was just imposing the will on the other team, and Texas A&M couldn't get out of there fast enough. The offense played really well. Defense had their best game, I think, so far with a high-powered Texas A&M offense. And then we saw some great things out of special teams, getting some good returns, making some kicks. So it was a great day all around.
Well, there's a lot of highlights to choose from on the offense for sure, but let's take a look at a few of them here.
All right, let's go.
All right, we're going to start with a look at the first three plays of the game for Alabama, which are kind of similar, actually.
Yeah, definitely. We see, Coach Kiffin wanting to get the pocket moved earlier for Blake right here. And a play we've seen throughout the year, rolling right, we're going to have three levels, a deep ball, a kind of intermediate 10 to 15 yard, and then the tight end crossing. So he can really read it top to down. And he does a good job of, DeAndrew finds a zone right here in the defense, and Blake does a great job of reading it and throwing a good catchable ball. Solid first play to start the game open, get a completion, get a good first down, and, saw this a lot more as the game went on. All right, so second play of the game, we're going to see us try to run the ball. It's a design run, but we're going to see the respect for the run game with the safety down here in the box. He's less than 10 yards. We've got three linebackers up close. So what are we going to do? We're going to throw it to the best guy on the field, to Amari. Let him get some catches early, get his hands on the ball. Does a good job of reeling it in first, but getting upfield and just kind of setting the tone. So we've got the ability to run the ball. We've got the ability to throw the ball. And it kind of we're basing on what the defense is doing. So right now they dictate us to throw the ball. We throw it and take a good gain. So here's a quick look at Amari, just a corner playing off, and we're going to get him the ball again. It's just a soft defense, so why not throw it to Amari out on the side, get him some space, get him a chance to make a move and get a big gain like this. I mean, 15-yard gain, you take this all day long, and as long as they're playing off that man-to-man coverage, you got to take advantage, and we're seeing the offense do that right here. And
so, John Parker, to start the game off, why do you think Texas A&M was playing so far off of Amari Cooper and the Alabama receivers?
I think it's just getting a feel for it with that safety down in the box, the corner's really one-on-one. So they're eliminating the deep ball and giving up the shorter route. So it just gives them the ball quicker, and if he makes the first guy miss, it's kind of off to the races. But it's respect to the run game, it's respect for Amari. It's just trying to guard both the run and the pass, and it's difficult to do when you can have the ability to run the ball and throw the ball like that. It makes it strenuous on the defense.
Okay, so first drive, obviously they come away with a field goal, kind of a rough set at the goal line, but we really start to see this offense pick up on this second drive.
Yeah, definitely. I think last week it was a matter of execution, and here we're seeing it come to life right here. Blake's looking downfield, trying to get a big shot, trying to take the top off the defense, and instead of forcing it and trying to find something that's not there, let's throw it to TJ Yeldon flat. He makes the cornerback miss and able to get a big pickup. I think this is just a progression of Blake Sims. It's reading the ball downfield. We're going to give him the ability to throw the ball deep. And if it's not there, he's showing us the maturity to check it down and let those running backs make plays after the catch.
All right, so later on in this drive, we got a 3rd and short here. Been kind of a difficult thing for Alabama a little bit this year, running the ball on short yardage plays, but they come up with an interesting solution here.
Big play right here, and I think this is kind of the theme for the day, was 3rd down conversions. Both offense and defense, we were able to convert on 3rd down on offense and really limited them on defense. We do a good job right here of moving the pocket. It's a run-pass read right here. Blake sees Jolson come up in the flat, gets in the ball with a big gain. But I think, the 3rd down conversions, different from the last week and the week against Ole Miss, it was we really converted. We put ourselves in 3rd and manageable. So we had 3rd down and 2, 3, those short yardages that you can convert. And I think that was the difference in us just getting the ball going and keeping it moving.
So kind of an interesting look here we see out of Alabama with TJ Yeldon going out wide on this play.
Right. We've seen it early in the year when Drake was split out. Actually, the first play of the Florida game, he had the big touchdown. And this just drives defensive coordinators crazy because you either put a cornerback on him, do you put a linebacker, it just causes big time mismatches. And when you can get a running back to run routes like this, it makes your offense that much more open. We can see him just running a quick slant right here. DeAndrew's inside, and TJ's able to get upfield and kind of look like a receiver. It's tough for running backs to do that, but runs a good route. Blake throws him a good ball on time. You can tell they practice this. This is the kind of stuff you do before and after practice, just getting that good timing. And the more we can do this, the better. And it's good to see TJ being able to do it now that Drake is out. So right here we're going to see Blake's wonderful touchdown run, and he kind of just makes a play. He does a little kind of stutter step thing that you don't see a lot, and I think it's just Blake just reading the defense and really showing his ability to run, making guys miss, and then the explosive burst of speed is what's really impressive. We're seeing more and more of this as the season goes on, so I think incorporating Blake in the running game like this, just increases our ability to move the ball. And it's pretty impressive to watch him run like this because he definitely has a burst of speed that we haven't seen in quite some time.
All right, next two things we're going to see here, the 2 touchdown passes to Amari Cooper. They look pretty simple on film. I mean, this is basically just Amari Cooper kind of dominating his man, right?
He does, and we see once again the safety come down in the box right here, and we've got an extra guy, supporting the run game. So we've got only one safety in the middle of the field right here with the empty backfield. So we've got 5 receivers out running routes and more guys in the box. So it's really an unsound defense for them, and we take advantage of it. The safety's got to cheat to this 3 receiver side on the bottom, and Amari just does a good job of stuttering his guy and just beating him with speed to the touchdown. Blake does a good job of putting the ball on him, but this is him just running a good route, throwing a good ball, and just stressing the defense. We can see right here the safety's in the middle of the field, and he's actually cheating to this side where the 3 receivers are at. So he's got to make his mind up. He's going to go to Amari's side with the 2 receivers, or there were 3 receivers down here on the bottom. Blake does a good job of keeping his eyes over there, holding them, and just flat beating them to the touchdown. Okay, so we'll get a little bit technical here and kind of break down the defense of Texas A&M and why Amari comes so wide open. So right here, off the bat, pre-snap read, Blake's seeing a 3-deep defense with the safety back deep. This corner's got the deep third. He's got the deep third. Underneath, we're going to have 4 defenders. So he's got the flat. The safety that's actually down in the box is going to guard the flat, and the 2 inside backers are going to have the hook zones. So as we run it, we'll see that this safety right here is responsible for the deep coverage, and he gets caught up on what we call a double move. So Amari's able to stutter a little bit and find the soft zone of the defense while he's supposed to have deep and he's got underneath. Amari kind of just leaves him in the dust. He's got the deep coverage. He loses his zone. You can see Blake really holding the center field safety with his eyes, and Amari's able to slip behind him, practically uncovered because of the double move. All right, we'll see Jacob Coker get some snaps right here, and he does a good job of feeling the pocket and making a play and actually throwing a pretty good ball on the run. Play action, hard play action, linebackers come up, does a good job of stepping up in the pocket, protecting the ball, and throwing a good ball for the touchdown. We'll see him right here reverse out and just really keep his eyes downfield and do a good job of throwing the touchdown.
All right, well, John Parker, this is an offense that really struggled for its past 2 games on the road against Ole Miss and Arkansas, as you mentioned. They come home, they have this dominant effort against Texas A&M. Obviously, some of this has to do with the defense not having a great game. But, how much of this comes down to the difference between playing on the road or at home, and how much of it maybe is just this Alabama offense starting to figure things out?
I think it's definitely the offense starting to click. I think last week was tough against Arkansas, good team, bad conditions, bad environment up there. Come home and really, Coach Saban talked during the week about the energy. I think you could really see it this game. The guys on the sideline, guys really cheering after a 3rd down to 1, getting that first down, really getting pumped up and excited about it. And I think it just continued throughout the week of practice, what he talked about, into the game. I think coming out of the tunnel, they knew they had a mindset that they want to dominate it. From the first drive to the last drive, they really did that. And I think it's offense starting to click again. We saw some things against Florida, and it's just kind of getting back to that way of executing. It wasn't the game plan, it wasn't the play call, it was just executing the past couple weeks. I think this week against Texas A&M, we really showed that ability and moved the ball, 600 yards offense, 300 passing, 300 rushing, really just complete team dominance.
All right, well, that's it for this week on the Film Room. Join us next time.